good life. When niggas are CLD, won't even get pulled over in they new V. The good life, let's go on a living spree. Shit, they say the best things in life are free. The good life, it feel like Atlanta, it feel like LA, it feel like Miami, it feel like NY. Summertime
Maximilian Must Know. Today we are going to finish off this haul of fragrances from Decant Shop. This has been an epic haul. Let's be honest. Decant Shop sent me 28 fragrances in December, and it has taken me, almost 3 months more than 3 months to get through this haul. And I got my new package from Decant Shop last night. Really happy about that. And if that package had been intercepted, me and Adriana both would have been arrested for all of the crack fragrances she sent me. I cannot wait to get into this new haul with you guys starting next week. But before we do that, we're going to talk about these 4, only 2 of which are actually available on Decant Shop. But again, because Decant Shop wants you guys to experience as many fragrances as possible and to be as wise consumers as possible and to know what's out there in the market, she sent me a couple of extras. So show that love back. Go to Decant Shop, use coupon code MAX12, save 12% off your entire order, and order your samples from the best decant website online to get samples, decants of every sort of fragrance, expertly curated that you can imagine or you could desire. The first one that we're going to look at today is from the house of Evody. It is over here, and it is called Ambre Intense. Now, we did Fleur d'Orange last week. I thought that was a nice sort of orange blossom fragrance. Wasn't anything to me that special about it. This one came out in 2009. Same perfumer as Fleur d'Orange, Aglé Nicholas, and the top note on this one is bay leaf, sandalwood, patchouli. In the middle, we're gonna and incense. And in the middle, we're gonna get a Popinax and amber in the base. A bottle of this will cost you $135. Now, I like this one a lot better than Fleur d'Orange. I can tell you that much. This is a nice amber fragrance. It's sweet. It's sort of got a little bit, to me, of like a baking. It's gourmand. To me, this sort of smells like baking dessert. Spicy. I get some vanilla in this one. I definitely pick up the cinnamon in this one. The amber is shining through. There's some incense. It's really nice. There's nothing intense about it. It does sort of die down on the skin after a nice amount of time, but as a gourmand amber goes, I think this is really nice. And guys, I'm actually going to recommend you take a look at this. I don't know that I would buy this one because I feel like I'm so good on ambers right now, but I actually like this one a lot. I think this is a really good scent. I think Evody definitely impressed me with this one. So good job with Ambre Intense by Evody for the first look. The next one we're going to talk about is from the house of Masque Milano. And this one is called Tango. Now, we looked at Russian tea on this show. For me, it was a super letdown. This one was done in 2013 by Parfumée Cécile Zarokian. She's done a lot of stuff. She did Epic Women for Amouage, Private Label for Jovoy, Mon Ami Rouge for Masque Bakali. I think this is the first thing of hers I've ever smelled. And the notes on this one are going to be amber, jasmine, rose, cumin, cardamom, cinnamon, tonka, benzoin, sandalwood, cedar, gaiac, and melilotus. Whatever melilotus is. I don't really dig this one. I don't know what it is. It sort of smells old school. I guess I just don't know what they're going for with this one. I don't think there's anything bad about it at all. It's not a bad fragrance. I get the cumin in this one. I get it's a heavily spiced fragrance. I get the tonka. To me, it smells like they were trying to do a little bit of a throwback to like old school fragrances. It's deep. It's definitely complex. If you like spicy florals, I think you'll like this one. It's got a nice woody backbone with the sandalwood and the cedar and the gaiac, but it just doesn't speak to me. It really falls flat. As far as I'm concerned, I've just really not been impressed by Masque Milano. And guys, as someone who's 75% Italian, Sicilian. I really would like to see something from this house to purchase. Monte Cristo is the one that I'm hearing is the big winner, so maybe I'll be able to check that one out in the future. But so far, Russian tea and Tango, not really for me personally. Next one is going to be from the house of Byredo. This one is called the Bal D'Afrique. Now, you guys know I like Byredo. Only own 1 cent. Need to get my second one at some point. The one that I own is Pulp, which to me is my favorite fruit fragrance. Next up, I might get Bouillon. I really like. I really like Eau de Mortal. I'm super interested in the new scent, which I actually think is called Super Cedar. I like to check out their pricey Night Veils collection. They're starting to do other things now. I think they're releasing like dry goods. Like I think they're doing a hunting knife. I think they're growing. I know they opened a New York boutique. I have a ton of respect for Ben Gorham, who was the former basketball player who started Byredo. I just like the ethos of this house. Now, Bal D'Afrique gets a ton of Fragcom love, and for me, when I think of this frag, I think of my homie Rene Zayas. To me, he's the one that blew this one up in Fragcom, and this one gets so many comparisons to two fragrances that I know of, Vetiver Tonka by Hermes and Vetiver Fatale by Atelier Cologne. Now, I do own Vetiver Fatale, and I have a pretty large decant of Vetiver Tonka, so I'll let you guys know how true I think that turns out to be. Bal D'Afrique came out in 2009 from perfumer Jerome Epinet. He has done many different fragrances, including quite a few for Atelier Cologne, and note-wise on this one, we get bergamot, lemon, African orange flower, taggets, and black currant at the top, violet, jasmine, and cyclamen in the middle, amber, musk, vetiver, and cedar in the base. Well, you can find some scents from this brand discounted these days. This one is harder to find discounted, but if you want to go the retail route, you can find a 50 ml of this for $145 or 100 ml for $220. I think if you wait a little bit, FragranceNet, Beauty Encounter will probably have this one discounted a little bit. The Byredo discounts aren't great when they are discounted, but they're good enough so that you can get a 50 ml usually for around $100. Now, my opinion, guys, this isn't the first time I've smelled this. I've had samples of this one before. So for me, I'll just be just straight up with you. Out of the three that I mentioned, and I think that for me, this Vetiver Tonka and Vetiver Fatale are so close together. They have minor differences, but they're so close that I think you only need to own one personally. I don't think there's any reason to own more than one of the three. If it was me and money wasn't an option, Vetiver Tonka would be my first choice. It's a Jean-Claude Elena. It's an Hermes fragrance. It's the best of the three, but it is sheer, as most Elena fragrances are. So you have to decide if that's for you. I think the quality on that one's the highest. I think this is second. I think this one has nice power to it. I think the Taggart and African orange flower make this one very unique, and I think it's very powerful. It's definitely more powerful to me than Vetiver Tonka, but I think the quality on Vetiver Tonka is better. And I think rounding out the three is Vetiver Fatale, which I scored for $70 a 30 ml. That to me is probably, the quality isn't as good as the other two, but the performance is as good as this one in my opinion. And it's a fresher scent than I think both of these. The Vetiver is more amped up, and Vetiver Fatale, for me, Vetiver Fatale is the best bet for your money. But if you're in love with this sort of fragrance, I would look towards, and to me, these are nutty, sweet Vetivers that are unique in terms of the Vetiver game, and that's why these three all do really well. But if you like this sort of fragrance, I definitely recommend getting samples of all three and deciding which one you like best. For me, and I did sample all three, Vetiver Fatale is the winner at the price point. Okay, so guys, we're gonna finish up this haul. Thank you, Adriana, for sending me, I think, 28 fragrances. My God, I'm so lucky to be able to do this. We're gonna finish up this haul with a fragrance from a house that we have not yet ever looked at in the series. This one is from the house of Czech and Speake, and it is called Citrus Paridisi. And guys who know me, hardcore Maximilian Must Know fans, I know there are a few of you out there, know that I really love this house. I did a glowing review on this channel of Oxford and Cambridge, which is my favorite lavender scent and just a huge springtime staple for me. I also love Cuba, which to me is the best Cuban themed fragrance out there. Beautiful tobacco, rum, mint, lime. You know, for me, that and Dark Heart of Old Havana by 4160 Tuesdays are incredible. You know, this is an English house that started out making high-end bathroom fixtures, but eventually they got into shaving soaps and incense and colognes and bath oils and aftershaves. Now, Citrus Paradisi was a 2000 release. In this one, you've got grapefruit, green notes, spices at the top, coriander, pepper, oak moss in the middle, patchouli, and amber in the base. This one will run you $135 for 100 ml. That is the price point for this line. There are several shops in New York City that carry this brand, including Pasteur Pharmacy and Cambridge Chemists. As far as this one, if you like grapefruit, I think you will really enjoy this fragrance. Grapefruit dominates this one with some green notes. Now, if you look on Fragrantica, you're going to get, to me, it smelled like grapefruit, and then it dried down to cat pee. I don't get the cat pee. Personally, I think it's a grapefruit fragrance that dries down to oak moss and patchouli, but the grapefruit at the top of this is just gorgeous. This is an old school citrus fragrance, heavily dominated by that oak moss. I really enjoy this one. You know, I don't know if I'd get it. You know, they're just grapefruit fragrances that are on my list, and I have one that I love, which of course is Grapefruit by Nest. But you know, I'd like to get Pampaloon by Guerlain Aqua Allegoria. I'd like to get Pamplemousse Rose by Hermes. So there are a few that I like, but I really enjoy this one. I think if you like grapefruit, you at least owe yourself to look at this one. The performance is really good, and that grapefruit is super authentic. Guys, if I'm ranking these, I'm gonna go Ambre Intense number 1. That one really surprised me. I'm gonna go Bal D'Afrique number 2, Citrus Paradisi number 3, and Tango number 4. Would I purchase any of these? I think I'd get Ambre Intense at the right price, and as I give it some more time, I might just buy it flat out. I really do enjoy it. Citrus Paradisi, I don't want to shut the door on it. I don't think I'd get Bal D'Afrique as long as I have Vetiver Tonka or Vetiver Fatale, I'm sorry, by Atelier, and Masque Milano Tango is just not my speed. So guys, that's it. You know, we're gonna be back next week. We're gonna give you a little bit of a preview. You know, we'll start the next haul off looking at a fragrance from Amouage. We'll continue with one from the house of Byredo, and then we'll look at one from the house of Creed and one from the house of Eccentric Molecules. So you guys could tell I've got heat coming in the next haul. I've got Armani Privé line, I've got James Healy, I've got Montal, I've got Raja Dove, I've got Smell Bent, I've got that new Pure Tonka by Terry Mugler, I've got Bond number 9. I have crack coming for you guys, all courtesy of decantshop.com, which is the best place online to get decants, to get samples. You're going to get exactly what you pay for. Samples are measured before they're poured into your vials. You're going to get the best customer service. You're going to get the cheapest prices, and those prices are going to be even cheaper when you use my coupon code MAX12. It's going to save you 12% off your entire order. Now that is stupidly low. Stupidly. So guys, go to decantshop.com, shop around, and fucking buy something. You watch the videos, buy some fucking samples. That's why they're free. The videos are free because we need you to go and buy samples, and we're giving you a coupon code to do it. Guys, I'll see you later this week with more videos. You already know what it is. Maximilian.
I pop the trunk, I pop the hood, Ferrari. If she got the goods and she got that ass, I got to look sorry. Yo, it's got to be cause I'm seasoned. Haters give me them salty looks. Lowry's 50 told me go ahead, switch the style up. And if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up.